Hey guys, this is Levgen, and today I actually gonna show you how I work with Opaque. Before I got a lot of messages from you about Opaque gray or silver gray, something like this, you know. And today we actually gonna talk about that. I will show how I mix them, blend them, do different gradients. But before to start, I just would like to say thank you to everyone who watching me here on Patreon, and remember that we have direct message here. If you have any questions, feel free, text me. If you have some cool ideas about the video, if you're interested in something specific, also feel free, just text me and I will write you back or record special video, like for example this one, because some of you text me on in comments under the previous videos and ask me about how I blend and work with Opaque gray. So let's go. Usually when I work with Opaque gray, I use these colors. It's Intense True Black, it's AD Pancho Pastel number 3, and it's AD Pancho Pastel number 1, and Intense Snow White Opaque. So, 3 of them. All of them you can see right here. So usually I use these 4 colors, and let's mix it at first. I will show you how I do that, and you can understand and explain my kind of like a system, you know, how I usually work with this gray. So the same like on my previous video when you saw them about like different color map and I'm explaining what colors I use in this or that tattoo. You know that usually I separate the subject and different elements, you know, and by this elements or subject I create colors. What I mean, today I gonna do black and gray rose. So here just black and gray. And I build the gradient, and usually I don't do that like, I don't use like a lot of different tones of gray. Actually, this rule I use with all of my colors. I don't use a lot of colors to build 1-2 gradients. So here for black and gray, for this rose, I'm gonna use probably like 5 colors. What I mean, first color is just black. Second color is gonna be AD Pancho number 3. Then I create the next color by mixing dark and light. So I place like 1/3, something like 1/3 of dark, and the rest is light color. And light color, and usually I don't place a lot of white, just a little bit, and that's it. Rest is gonna be water. So also I make this dark gray, I make it a little bit darker, drop here like 4-5 drops of black. And for this black and gray rose, and also when I have like very good contrast reference, you know, then I also use a gray wash to lock the stencil. So let's drop just like 1 drop of black. That's it, just to create our own, to do our own gray wash and use it like a stencil locker. So this is gray wash, 1 drop of black, rest just water. A few drops of water to black color, because it's like this true black, I found it like too thick sometimes, so this is the reason. And then I place 4-5 6 drops of water to white, make it thinner, because then it blends much easier and it doesn't turn to brown too much. A few to white and just maybe one here, that's it. Take needle, so probably you know that I use this needle to mix colors and clean my cartridges as well. White, just white. Light gray, just light gray. Here we have this mix with 1/3 of dark gray tone and rest of light gray. And here we have dark gray, what we created by ourselves. Clean my needle, mix black to be sure that we don't have water on the top, and the gray wash. So this is the regular gradient what I usually use for my work, you know. So like I said, black, dark gray, gray, light gray, white color, and light gray wash to lock the stencil. That's it. I'm just gonna place it on my table, and here's the rules what I'm gonna do today. I'm not gonna do the full one, there's no sense to explain the blending everything. We need sometimes just a little bit to get the idea how it works. So for this tattoo, the same like for most of my tattoos, I use Cheyenne Unlimited 4.0 stroke. So this machine is a pretty good one. You can see disposable grip, what I really love and use every time, and the machine 4.0 Unlimited. And usually it's like hard mode. Yeah, it's hard mode. I don't like responsible one, so this is the machine. I use Cheyenne Soft Edge Magnum, 9 Soft Edge Magnum. I use the same like for most of my tattoos, 5 round liner from T-Tech and 5 round shader from T-Tech as well. For wider gradients, I use 13 Soft Edge Magnum, but here I don't need. So, and also to clean tattoo, I use green soap, but I just bomb the bottle with pump, you know, and the bottle with pump and mix it by myself. So here's like probably like 10% of green soap, rest just water, and then I use it to clean my tattoos. So the same like every time I mark my cartridge to be sure that I know where's the liner with the shader. I don't know why T-Tech company doesn't mark cartridges. It's pretty clear, especially when you have, you know, like most cartridges what you produce looks completely the same, so it's pretty smart to mark it like Cheyenne did it, you know, but I don't know. Position of machine is horizon like this. This is what I usually like, and like I said, hard mode, not responsible. Take gray wash and just, you can take a look. I just gonna draw here a little bit, and you can understand that when I do that, for example, like this, you can see everything. I mean, like a stencil locker is more than enough. Sometimes it's like too dark, and I also take deep to water, so you also can see this. So it's pretty good, readable. You can see everything, and you can use it like a locker, what I sometimes do. So with this tattoo is gonna be the same. I just gonna lock everything, not everything, but some part, and then start to tattoo. Definitely gonna see the design. Actually, exactly, this fake skin is pretty good. I bought it on Killer Ink. It's really good one, very soft, and works really like a real skin. It calls actually real skin. So you can see I do it pretty quick. I don't try to spend a lot of time. I don't care about how straight the line, you know. I also try to show some texture a little bit, make it pretty soft and pretty quick. You can see the stencil moves very easy and very fast, so this is the reason why I decided to lock the stencil. And also some shadows, I also do kind of like a quick sketching. And show everything. But also remember, if you want to lock the stencil, lock only main elements. Don't try to lock like everything, you know, only main elements and only where it has like really good contrast. I don't know if you watch it, just like during the locking the stencil, I just want to let you know that every month I do live stream. So if you like live stream, if you have some questions, what you can ask during the live stream. So it's usually kind of like watching tattoo and talking about tattoo, you know. So I just play some video where I tattooing and we can talk about the process. I can answer to questions, you know, and it's mostly like very helpful. Last live stream it's been around like 230 people, and every live stream I getting like more and more people who really interested in it. So if you don't watch, join actually my live stream. And if you didn't see here on Patreon, I have like probably like bunch of them, so you can find there's like 4, 5, 6 of them. You can watch and enjoy the live stream there. I also answer to a lot of questions what you guys usually ask. Live stream is kind of like a public free, you know. I do that on YouTube, but on YouTube everyone can only watch it and talk only online, you know. But later I just save it only for Patreon, and that's it. You can see I do it quick. I don't stop a lot. Just for me, like I don't care right now about like lines, you know, how straight it is. No, for me the most important is to very fast lock stencil. That's it. And sometimes I can start to show shadows, you can see, without lines as well. And then only also when I tattoo or do right now this stencil locker, please analyze, watch how I hold the machine, how I move it, where this hole open, you know, on cartridge, how I place my second hand, because all of these details is pretty important when you tattoo. In some previous video, if you didn't see them, highly recommended to watch. I explained how I work with liner, how I work with shader, how I hold them, you know, so they explain a lot. Oh, about position of tattoo artist. I think this is more than enough. I just do a little bit more. Yeah, let's leave it like this. Yeah, when I work on fake skin, needles stuck very easy and very quick of silicone, but it's not so important. And you can see when I start to clean, everything moves very quick. I mean, stencil, so this is what very important to unlock stencil at first, because on some plants it's the same way. You just touch a little bit and it's already disappeared. So right now I take 5 round shader. It doesn't fly out too far. Yeah, it's around like this. Actually, before when I did the stencil, when I tried to lock the stencil, so it flied out a little bit more like this. Oh, like this, yeah, you can see it. But now for round shader, this fly out is too far. So now I need like make it a little bit shorter. Try to show you that you can really see this. So you can see like half inside, more than half, probably half inside, half outside. I take the black color and start here from the darkest area, here a little bit, here as well, and here inside between petals I'm gonna place the dark gray. And actually this gray wash, you can see how I place fingers, you can see how I place my hand. I usually touch by last finger, by right hand, by finger on left hand, so it gives me a little bit more stable. And using circle movement, I start to fill everything. Yeah, you can see this skin is pretty good, it's really love it. So, and because here I have a little bit softer edge, I just go again, don't press too much. But here I hold it really like a zigzag, and then just blend it. Yeah, I don't use Vaseline here on fake skin, because with exactly this fake skin Vaseline doesn't work at all, so I have to use only foam. and that's it. So now I take black and tap to a little bit of water, and maybe I'm gonna place it. Okay. And just blend it a little bit, make the edge a little bit softer, you can see, and the same here. That's it, this is enough. Now I start with soft edge here. Remove, then I take just black. And using also kind of like a circle movement, I just fill everything. Yeah, when I need something narrow like here, then I do like force back, you know, back and forth. Then I take the lightest gray wash, it helps me, and I start to fill this area. Very soft. Then clean the cartridge, take just black and fill the corner. And the full time I'm using right now only 5 round shader. Only later I will take liner and make the lines and shape of petals a little bit sharper, you know, but right now I use only 5 round shader. Yep. And I want to do this one, this black area. Also, take black and take a little bit of gray wash. Make this edge a little bit softer and then press a little bit more to make it darker. And then take just the black and fill here the shadow area, the darkest, the deepest area here, what is between 2 petals. Now I take chrome liner and just would like to make shape a little bit sharper. Take also black and touch a little bit of the lightest gray wash and just make a little bit darker here. So because I work with black and gray, I can add black and use gray wash, and some areas can make darker using just black color or dark gray wash. Take just a little bit of lightest gray wash and the edge very soft. And the same here. Sometimes I really try to touch very gentle because I need the line like very light and very soft. Show a little bit deeper shadow here, because we work actually with skin, so it means that you don't have to be scared of black, you know, when you really need black sometimes more that it's on reference, because you don't use a lot of outline, so the black works like a frame. It's safe for a tattoo. It really helps to keep it alive for a long time, so use black, don't be scared of it. Take gray wash, tap to black, a little bit more gray wash. Like this. Yeah, I think like this is okay. So now I'm gonna start with the darkest area of the throws. So probably area like this one, here a little bit, definitely this one, then here, and then I will do this one here, darkest area here, and then the lightest. Okay, let me clean everything first, and then you can see how green soap foam, what I did by myself, cleans the tattoo very, very well. Yeah, so you can see everything, and actually everything what we need we have here in this kind of like stencil on the area what I already locked. So let's go. I'm gonna do this darkest and this darkest first. So like this I actually every time explain to myself, but because today I do it for you, so I explain it louder, but usually I just think that, oh, now I'm gonna work with this one area or that one area. So you can see the middle does go too far, maybe 2 millimeters as well, like this. And I use the darkest gray right now and just touch only edges of black. That's it, I don't go too far, only edges. And the same here. Usually I start a little bit softer, I don't press too much, and then when I go far, then I start to press it. I also have here the video where I explain how I usually work with Magnum. Take dark gray again, and by corner of cartridge I just do this one, just feel this area which is a little bit far away from us, so this is the reason why I'm not gonna use any sharp needles like liner or shader here, because I need to keep this board between details, you know, a little bit blurred, because like I said, because it's far away from us, so it's deeper, it's not gonna, it can be sharp, it can be sharp. A little bit. Just kind of like a shadow, you know. On previous video, I hide a lot of by my head actually, and I hate it. Sorry guys, but to see everything, I also have to take a look, and this is the reason why I sometimes hide the process by my head, but I definitely will do that as less as possible and think how can I fix camera, everything here next time. So I took shader right now and feel here small areas, a little bit, also a little bit here. Just check in where I can make the edge a little bit softer right here as well. Because I don't have background, so actually skin tone is my background, so this is why the edge of petal I also want to do a little bit darker. And you can see how I just feel and come inside of this kind of like a texture, you know. Here is the same. Every time when I tattoo, I actually don't follow the reference exactly like there is, you know. I sometimes do by myself. Just try to. It's not because I don't know, lazy and don't want to be precise and follow. No, but sometimes I see that on the skin background looks lighter or darker, for example. So, and this is the reason why sometimes I also like when I see that the background looks a little bit different or any subject looks a little bit different, I also can change a little bit of colors and the shape as well. And like right now, because on tattoo it was the background was a little bit darker, here it's lighter, so I decided to keep the contrast of petals, you know, and make the end of petal a little bit darker. For example, if I do this rose just by itself, you know, without any background, just on skin, you know, sometimes client also comes and asks like, oh man, can you do as less background as you can, because I hate backgrounds. I don't know if you have something like that, but I get it sometimes from my client, you know, it's like, oh, we hate backgrounds, can you do this tattoo without background? So then you have to think how to keep the shape, you know, keep everything looks pretty nice, but like I said, use as less background as possible. So I already did the most probably like darkest areas, you know. Now I'm gonna take middle gray and start to work with middle gray. So, and the same, I'm just gonna finish the darkest spots here, then opposite side of this petal, inside here, here a little bit here as well, and then work with light. Let's go. So when I tattoo real skin, I do completely the same way. So I decided that I'm gonna do this half of rose first. Because this pedal is getting a little bit lighter when it goes up. So this is the reason why I try to blend it a little bit softer, you know, in the end I'm in here, so now I do another one. Not till the end, because the end is a little bit lighter, so I'll just fill here. And the same like on the real skin, you can see how stayed the color on skin, so I just like kind of like pull it around the area what I have to fill out, you know. Like you can see when I touch, it gets drop, and I just pull this drop everywhere where I need. Now it worked just with middle gray tone, what I mixed in the beginning, just with middle. Sometimes I make it very soft, really like, for example, I don't know, spray wash. I don't press it sometimes too much. So I try to combine two techniques, like for example I work with gray wash and I work with color. Okay, I'm just trying to look on reference, analyze it, take a look where I can add the same color again, also, you know. Some texture, just add by myself. You can see how it works right now, but you already can see shadows, you already can see everything. You can see I don't stretch skin a lot, so I just place I understand that you can say like, oh man, this is not the skin, this is silicone, you don't have to stretch silicone at all. Yes, but I also, you know, when you stretch skin every day, then you also get used to that, to do that every day, you know, and automatically you try to stretch here as well. But you can see my hand just pretty calm, just laying under here, and that's it, you know. And I'm working with 5-round shader only right now. This is more than enough for me. And when you do, for example, a little bit something a little bit darker than it is on picture, don't be scary. Sometimes it's okay. You just come back, touch it again, you know. Make it lighter, or another side make it darker. So it's completely okay. So, and you can see actually it works pretty quick. It goes pretty quick. We did a lot already, and I need just a little bit dark, and the darkest and kind of like a middle tone I already placed. Maybe not middle tone, but around middle. Now I maybe place these colors here like this. I hope I'm not gonna turn it around, because now I'm gonna start to work with light gray and lightest gray now as well, so you can see the full process when I mix colors. Actually, it's also part of kind of like part of tattoo, you know. So I will back do this area right now, then go to this pedal, then finish this one. You can see how I at first just like do all dark, stop it here by the line, and then from this line do everything down, and actually by this line I do black, then dark gray, then lighter gray, you know, like middle, and then go with the light. And when I do everything, then I will go with the rest, for example. Not today maybe, but actually I take lightest, mix it with middle, and fill this area. You can see it's a little bit lighter. Sometimes I go faster when I need to blend it and connect it, you know, but sometimes I go, as you can see, a little bit slower. Okay, now I'll go here, for example. Try to do kind of like 50-50. Of course, when I do like a huge gradients, I don't mix exactly here colors, you know, then I try to prepare when I have this rose, for example, big one, like A4 size, then for me better to prepare all colors, you know, like make gradient a little bit longer. But for size like this one, like, I don't know, 3 inches, something like that. So you can see how big it is. So this gradients is more than enough for me. This like 3 grays plus black and white. And every time when I tattoo any subject, doesn't matter what you do, I don't know, face, maybe any square, cube, or flower, try to remember that you do subject. Subject has volume, you know, subject is not flat, so try to, when you place something, place color, try to follow shape of subject, you know, like shape here exactly. And you can see this pedal actually is pretty light. So this is the reason why I don't do lighter series, you know, I do only darkest a little bit and that's it. The same in wheel tattoo, then I'm supposed to do this completely the same, you know, just do a little bit of here dark and that's it, and don't touch it. So you can see here I did a little bit darker than it is on the reference. So when I take lighter, I will go a little bit over, and that's it. It's very important to understand how to mix colors and how they act when you mix it. I also have here one video about my color palette. You also can, if you didn't see that, you also can watch that video. There are a lot of helpful things where I explain why my palette is like that and what's ink setups, you know, I usually use for this or that subject. And one thing what I really recommend it when you start a tattoo, don't try to, when you, for example, don't know how far has to needle flies away, you know, fly away, how hard you have to press, you know, when you don't know, when you're not sure about voltage. So, and you just kind of like a begin, highly recommended at first, don't press too much, just set up something what you hear maybe from internet or somewhere else, and try to feel quick. I mean, like, step, wipe out and check what you have in the end. If you have like pretty light, then try to do the same but a little bit slower, and you can see that it's felt better. Or if you work slower is not comfortable for you, then make speed a little bit more, or maybe press a little bit more, you know, it's also helpful. Like I said about shape, try to follow the shape of subject what you do, and doesn't matter what you do, portrait or petal of flower, you know. So you can see already So I take light, tap a little bit to middle. No, I need a little bit more middle. Yeah. let's go right now. Oh, okay, here also this pedal and here a little bit else. And the same like when you paint, for example, when you touch, do small area and you see that it's too dark for you or too light, so feel free, you can just, this is the reason why sometimes I don't touch like too strong, because then I can change the color a little bit. And you can see the most of tattoo right now I do just using 5 round shader. Just want to do this one. Sometimes I do this movement to fill some area along the something, in this case along the pedal. Yeah. Take the lightest right now and maybe add a little bit here. Okay, not too solid, just a little bit. So take the lightest right now, mix it with a little bit of white, just like tap a little bit. And let's place it here in the middle to understand how light it is or how dark it is. It's pretty light, but not too light. That's what I like. Not bad. Take white color, a little bit to gray. Let's go here. Take just gray, place it here. A little bit white. Go over a little bit. Take white, tip to light gray, along of this gray and go over. And get thinner, more narrow, and that's it. Make edge a little bit softer. Take white, a little bit of gray, and here the area is almost just kind of like a light gray, a little bit light. Light gray again, and again. And follow the shape. Okay. Take white actually, tap a little bit of gray, just a little bit, and do not exactly highlights, but light areas. Yeah. Tap a little bit more to gray. Okay, take white, tap a little bit of light gray, let's go. Let me just clean everything at first. cleaning. So yeah, definitely, if you have some questions, feel free to ask them here in comments or text me in direct message. It really helps me to understand what you are really interested in, you know, because sometimes it's pretty difficult to understand what you are interested in and what no, you know. White, a little bit gray. Follow the shape. A little bit more white. Make it lighter. White more. White more. It's too white. Yeah, like this I think. And now let's go a little bit more white. More white. And just white. A bit more white, just play highlight here. And now I can clean everything. Take round liner. So I took round liner. Take just white color, you know, and add a little bit of highlights, you know, only where I really need it. Make it a little bit sharper. Then I check everything. Maybe I can add a little bit more black. For example, take white as gray wash, take black, and add a little bit, just for example here. Add a little bit here. A little bit here. Sometimes also when I work with real skin, I also check in where I have to add a little bit color, before to take a break, and just to keep the contrast add a little bit. To remove it gentle, so I at first just tap and then with my needle take foam and you can see everything right now pretty well. Do you like it? I like the result. So I hope it was helpful for you. If you like it, tap like, please, here on Patreon as well. It also shows me what kind of content you like, what you don't like. And also, if you have some questions, feel free. Direct messages every time open for you. Text me a message, hit me up if you have some ideas for new videos, and if you'd like to see something, and leave comment if you like or don't like, or if you also have some questions or comments to this video. Thank you so much and see you next time.